All right, we are on the air. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the David Allen Show, WDA Radio. In the studio with me this week, I have live and in color right here the BlackWNY Magazine in the studio with me. And we're going to start off by, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nina Williams. I am the Director of Operations.
I'm Paul Hippolyte, Managing Editor.
I'm Naeem J. Jenkins, Nixon, Editor-in-Chief.
Shatura Roberson, Editor-at-Large.
And I'm Will Jones, Publisher and Owner.
All right. Welcome, guys. This is you guys' first time being with me in the studio on radio and TV. Welcome to DAP Studios. Let's talk a little bit about the magazine.
Well, BlackWNY Magazine started about 3 years ago.
Okay.
In the heart of Buffalo. The main purpose was to highlight the positive things going on in the neighborhood, in which we have been doing very strongly for the past 3 years and happy to do so. Now we are going towards rebrand.
Okay.
It's time to grow a bit.
Okay, growing up.
We're growing up. We're coming up.
All right.
We have brought in some beautiful, young, and talented people here that are helping us do that and go forward with our goal. And we've highlighted a lot of people in the community thus far, and we're more excited by the minute to do more.
Okay. Now let's take it to the next step, because I was there when the first magazine came out. Very well done, very professional. Now you guys taking it to another level.
Absolutely.
And you're going towards the audience that
are making moves in the city.
Okay.
We are trying to hit a certain niche now.
Okay.
There's young, Black, positive youth, as well as adults that are making moves in this change that's going on in the city. So we're trying to just keep everyone informed, to have them inspired by everything that's going on.
Great. Now, introduce yourself.
Sure, I'm Paul Hippolyte. I'm the Managing Editor. And actually, I jumped on board around February.
Okay.
I was having some conversations with Will, and he explained to me that he was looking to rebrand the magazine.
Okay.
And I was really excited about the chance to jump on board and to help him with that project.
Okay. Now, what do you bring to the table? Let's go with that. What do you bring to the table?
Well, I have a couple of years working in politics.
Okay.
Through doing that, I've been able to meet a lot of people across a number of different fields. I'm involved with a number of professional networking groups, and I thought that it would be good for me to sell people on the idea of the rebrand. To help with that process, but to also bring in some young, fresh talent.
Okay. All right, now we're gonna go to the guy that's sitting in the middle.
Hammer.
Okay, hammer. Okay, we're talking to the hammer here. All right. Now, with your vision and what do you see, and where do you see within the next 5 to 10 years? What do you see?
My vision, as Nina said, catering to urban professionals. That is the goal right now. Delivering content to them that they'll remember, that they'll go back to, that they'll send on to people who may be outside of the Buffalo Western New York area. You know, when we have finance tips, they'll keep those finance tips. They'll put those finance tips in practice, relationship tips. It's a big thing for men and women. When they see those things, a light will go off and they'll go, oh, hey, that's what that was.
Let me throw something at you. What do you see with the new dynamics here in Western New York? Where do you see African Americans? Where do they fit in? And where do you see them getting together and making moves?
Where do they fit in? They fit into everything that's going on.
Okay.
They fit into the downtown development. They fit into the development on the east side. They fit into the development on the west side, because there's a good number of blacks on the west side as well, and Africans in general on the west side. They fit into everything. If you look at the Harvard Center, you look at the proposed and speculated waterfront stadium, Pat Freeman from WFO, who's leading the charge on that. We look at just Central Park Plaza is going on. We don't been really close with LPC and Nelly working on a plan to figure out a plan for that historic area for our city. So African Americans are going to be a big portion of this.
Okay. I'm a graduate from Buff State, UB, Vidal, Canisius. I'm looking for opportunity in business, social media, insurance. What would you say to me?
You have to jump in. You're a graduate.
Yeah.
And if you have a blog, you have a social media presence, you have a Twitter presence. You have to jump in. Now everyone's looking for someone who can do everything.
Okay.
If you do not have those things, then you're behind the pack. It's no longer a factor that you're a graduate of Canisius. I don't care about that.
Okay.
What can you show me? What do you bring to the table? Can you show me that you are knowledgeable about industry? You have a blog on, if you want to get into the fashion world, you have a blog on fashion, have a web video, have a radio show. If you are into insurance, then by all means tweet about or blog about insurance. It's all about what you can show me, what you can deliver. Intern, if you have an intern, then again, you're putting yourself behind the eight ball. You don't have a opportunity without making those connections. Get involved with your community. Buffalo is a great place to make connections and get involved with the community. It's, there's many organizations. You have United Way, you have the Youth Board, and Michigan Street, African Heritage Corridor. There's so much that you get involved with that will help you.
All right. Now we're gonna go right down to you. Introduce yourself.
My name is Sheila Roberson. I'm editor at WDA.
Okay. What is your job and what is your function?
At the magazine?
At the magazine.
At the magazine, or in my day-to-day life.
Both. Go ahead. I don't want to get personal. Let's go get personal.
I have many hats.
Okay.
For my 9-to-5 job, I am an immigration attorney.
Okay.
And I'm the managing partner at my law firm. So I basically run the law firm.
Okay.
And I get to meet very interesting people from not just Western New York, but all over the world. And I think the way that contributes to the magazine is that I understand that the human condition is the same across state lines, country lines, racial lines, economic lines. You know, I get to meet with people every day who some might be below the poverty line, others might be millionaires, but yet they all want one thing, and that is to stay where they are, right? And as citizens, we take that for granted. However, knowing that, being aware of your privilege is a very important thing to do. And by being involved with the magazine, I would like to take that and translate it to our community and how we are privileged and you can have it all. These people come, immigrants, from all over the world with nothing. And they run their neighborhoods. They own their blocks. They buy a house from the auction and they renovate it and they own it. And then they raise the property value. They start businesses. So we have the same capacity as anybody else. We have even more tools than everyone else. If we understand our privilege and understand the opportunities available to us, then we can take those and be so great. And I want Black Western New York to know that that there is so much greatness around them, empowering them to go outside of their element, do new things. Black is not just the east side of Buffalo. And my experience of what Black Western New York, Black Buffalo is wholly different from every single other person sitting here. And I have seen the most amazing, brilliant, and intelligent Black, Indian, Hispanic, white people all across the globe, all across the area. Let's just talk about Buffalo, who treat me with such respect, and so much compassion as a professional that we don't need to be afraid to break through love. So I think it's important that we understand, number one, we have to take care of each other, but also an island does not survive on its own. So sometimes you have to go to the mainland and take some of the supplies and bring them back to the island. And in that way, we will really not only sustain ourselves, but thrive. You know, Buffalo is changing. The only way you would know that it's changing is if you look. And you don't have to look hard, but it's easy to see that it isn't. It's easy to believe that things will stay the same if you are not looking. And even if people don't want to involve minorities or women, they have to. Because the federal government says so for a lot of these contracts. So I sit in, I have an office in the WDA Medical Campus, and I get to hear little conversations here and there, and it's like, we need a minority, we need this, we need that. We are needed. We are needed because we bring added value beyond just meeting quota for a federal contract, for a government contract.
Before we go into Mr. Jones here, if someone, like I was mentioning before, I just graduated from Canisius, upstate, UB, and I want to get involved, but I don't know how to go about doing it.
Say yes to everything. Be uncomfortable all the time. You don't have to kill yourself. There's this belief that in order to be successful, you have to run yourself into the ground. That's not true. However, if you are just starting out, say yes to everything. Do not turn any opportunity down. Work for free. I have worked, I've done so many things for free, but there is no such thing as wasted energy, as long as you're doing something positive. So the benchmark of my success has been, and I'm still striving, but it so far has been giving of myself and understanding that opportunities are long term. So what you do today is just an investment in what you do tomorrow. So simply say yes.
Say yes to that. Okay, all right. Now we're gonna get over here to Mr. Will Jones, a guy I've been knowing for many of years, and we've always had conversations. Now you're taking another step. Because I remember when you was getting your feet wet.
Yes.
Saying, David.
Water's up to my neck now.
Yes. Where do you see all this? Because I see the energy. I see the passion.
Which, you know what, I meant to say, this is, you can hear the energy. You see the passion that they have. And that's what I needed. So I'm going to put it in our magazine.
Okay.
Now, I feel very lucky to have this team. And they brought some great writers as well. We didn't speak about the other writers that they brought on board. So it's given me new energy. As you know, you and I, we've been on the grind for years. Knocking down doors, opening up doors. But I feel the magazine is really going to take the next step. With a team like this. So I'm just really grateful. I feel very grateful. You know, sometimes we have meetings and I just sit back and it's, you know, there's this energy and I used to be like that. But it's great. It really is.
Okay. Now, when is the first relaunch?
The first relaunch is this June, as a matter of fact.
This June?
First week of June. It'll be a new look, new logo. Guys, man, this is the last issue of the... but we already got started. It's all we've done a lot of other things as well, but we'll be relaunching our Facebook and our Twitter accounts and all those things just in there. So you need to be. And this is the hammer, by the way.
All right, we got that. Now, what does the Western New York area has to look forward to with the magazine? Plain and simple, upfront pushing.
Better content. That's the key thing. It's going to be constant. Everything is constant with it. So better content. We have a staff of writers, a group of writers, I would say, who are the level is just so high. And a group of editors and publishers, and everyone involved. That's our energy and our level of just greatness and commitment.
Okay.
It's so high right now that they're going to see a new level, a new standard of writing from our
point of view, and it's going to be from you guys' point of view.
It's going to be from the community.
Community. Okay.
It's the community. These are people who are in the community. These are the professionals. These are the people at the ground level. These are the people at the top level. These are the professors. These are the students. These are the public servants. These are the non-for-profits. These are the business owners, the entrepreneurs. These are the immigrant communities.
Okay.
That's the voice of this publication.
Okay. Great. Now on that note, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, and then I'm gonna do the question and answer period. I'm gonna do the Oprah Winfrey thing. I'm gonna throw something at you, and I need you to talk back to me. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and you're watching the David Allen Show. Plus, you're on WDAP Radio. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come right back with BlackWNY Magazine with the whole crew, the family. I'm gonna call them family. They family up in here. We're gonna do some family talking and stuff. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back. Okay, guys.
Can we dance?